Mario Rosenstock, you're very welcome to Under the Grill with myself, Kiva Young, and Kevin Dundon.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here. Very hungry. Those smells are taking me back 50 years.
Yeah, so we've got a lovely roast beef for you. So this is your nostalgia.
Oh, this is.
Tell us all about it. I'm going to count this up.
This food is 101, Mario.
Yes.
So I grew up on a farm in Waterford, and it was a dairy farm, and there were like about 80 cattle, and you used to get to know the cows even, and there was 20 dogs on the farm, stray dogs. So I grew up with loads of dogs.
Gorgeous.
And puppies being born all the time. Grew up eating on a farm, and the highlight would have been the roast beef.
Oh, did your mum plate your food? Or
This is my grandparents.
Oh, your grandparents?
Yeah.
Did they plate your food, or is it family style?
As in what?
Family style, help yourselves.
Oh, no, a plate.
Oh, plate.
Yeah.
What were their names?
So my granddad was called Sean O'Donovan, and he was a dairy farmer in Waterford, and he was a really traditional dairy farmer. And my grandmother was called Dorothy, and she kind of helped me with my love for drama and acting and radio. And I used to listen to BBC Radio 4 with her the whole time, listen with Mother and Alistair Cook's Letter from America, and she was, quite an okay cook, but this was special, this kind of roast beef with gravy and traditional vegetables and roast potatoes. My grandmother and my grandfather, two totally different personalities. He, very agricultural, very, very country, very simple. Her notions, right?
So she just talked like Michael D. Higgins. And yes, she's putting on an accent almost. Her accent was the very epitome of the good room. You know, no, we don't listen to that rubbish RTE here. We listen to Radio 4.
Right? And so she
was on plastic covers on the couch.
Yeah,
no?
well, kind of thing. When you never go in there, so you never even knew. It was like it was a funeral parlour. It was in the days when living rooms in Ireland were like funeral parlours. It was like, I'm afraid it's bad news. What? You better come into the sitting room. And it's like, plastic, dead, couches that haven't been sat on in years.
You're always cold.
And then, so we had a dog. One of the dogs was called Max.
Oh, yeah. We had a dog called Max.
But she used to say to him,
I hated the way you call him Max. That's a desperate name. That's a common name.
And he went, what's wrong with you, girl? Go away out of that. You're always annoying me. Oh, it's annoying me.
She said, that's a common name. He's not going to be called Max.
Well, what are you going to call him?
He's called Twilight.
Right? So anyway, they go out to call the dog in the evening, right? He'd go out onto the steps and go, Max boy! Max boy!
And she'd be like, Twilight! Don't listen to him! Twilight!
Max!
Twilight!
Max!
Twilight!
The dog was fucking insane. He must have needed dog therapy. Dog therapy. She tried to rename my brother. My brother was called Rene when he was born.
I don't like Rene. You need to rename him.
And she went, what? And my parents went, what? What are you talking about rename? You can't rename the child. She went,
I'm calling him Sasha.
Sasha.
You're not calling him fucking Sasha.
Sasha! Sasha!
The Twilight.
Twilight!
You know what I mean? So that was the kind of woman she was. God, I loved her. And she gave me such confidence.
Yeah.
Did she?
To be... And I'll tell you, I've narrowed it all down. She gave me confidence to call things Twilight or Sasha if I wanted. It's the idea of being different. It's the idea of not accepting norms.
Yeah.
She used to go into Shaw's almost nationwide.
Almost.
And once every month, the shopping, the trip into town. It was like Little House on the Prairie. You go, what's happening tomorrow?
The big smoke.
Goddamn trip into town. Let's round up the horses, get the carriage, and get the trip into town.
Yeah.
Right, God, we'd dress up, get the trip into town. I'd get my bowl haircut.
Oh, yeah, we all got those.
The bowl.
Yeah.
And then she'd go in shopping. And she'd go into Shaw's almost nationwide, and she'd start fiddling with things like, I like that. Or she's just pawing it, a coat or something. And they go, how much is that? Excuse me, how much is the coat? And the person will go, 35 pounds.
35 pounds. I'll give you 20.
Haggled all the
Haggling. Haggling in shops. Haggling.
I do that as well.
Do you?
Yeah, dude. It's like my wife is going to...
Haggling in shops.
I said, is that the best you could do?
Yeah.
I'd always just say, is that the best you could do?
Haggling in shops. So she gave me this, I think, this slightly belligerent attitude where you're not meant to necessarily take things as seen. She would have been an amazing conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
She would have been on YouTube all day. Going,
Man never went to the moon. That Neil Armstrong is a spoofer. I don't believe in him at all.
right? And she probably would have, ironically, found something to like in Trump. You know, even though she would have hated everything he stands for, she probably, ironically, would have found something to like in him. So she was.
That's a very positive type of person then.
Oh yeah,
isn't that great?
Very positive, and also like just showing you how to do things differently. And also she telling me that you're different, Mario. You're different. You're special. I don't mean you're special, more special than everybody else. I meant you have something special, and I believe in you. You're amazing. You have talent.
But I think everybody needs someone like that.
They do, a champion.
Yeah, champion. Like my grandfather.
Oh my God. This is delicious.
Yeah, so it's really important when your roast beef comes out, you don't let it rest. You can let it rest for a half an hour, and then all the juices will stay in.
It's stunning.
The joint opposed to
absolutely stunning.
Into it straight away, the juice will just release.
Really amazing.
Good.
And again, the carrots are beautiful. Can I have some gravy? How did you cook the gravy?
But you need a champion, Kevin. Somebody that really believes in you. Unusually, like to an unusually strong level.
Yeah. So would you consider your gran then as the rock of your family? To an extent.
Not so much a rock, because she was very weak, very vulnerable and fragile and flawed herself. But to me, for example, whenever I'm nervous before a gig, I kind of think of her going, go on, jump on stage, you're brilliant.
Isn't that great?
So she's like a last thought that comes into my head before I go on if I'm unsure.
That's lovely to have that, isn't it?
Yeah, because you know when you do something sometimes in your life and you go, that was great. And people start coming up to you and go, Jesus, that was great. You came across great. It was good. The thing you did was amazing. And you try and bottle that and go, I try to remember that and carry that with me. It's impossible. Yeah. So you can summon memories from people who were important to you. And that's sure knowledge that when she said it, it was right. Yeah. And so that's kind of like bulletproof. Yeah. So it kind of gives you a small casing of bulletproofness to be able to jump onto stage or do that thing, take the little bit of risk that we all have to take to, because we all like our comfort zones.
Yep.
But to do something, to take it to the next level in whatever you're doing, you need to kind of get out of your comfort zone, and that's uncomfortable for us. So you need somebody in your mind telling you, no, it'll be grand.
But also you have to be fortunate as well, because like if you're, for me, if I'm doing like a demo in a festival or something like that, and it's a lot of it's audience based.
Yeah.
So if you have someone great in the audience that you can bounce off, suddenly your demo is just like, it's just gone up another level.
Absolutely.
But you'll never repeat that.
No.
Because that person will never probably be there again.
Unless you pay them to go around with it to every demo.
Well, we have a few clips. Not to be victim, but it's at the same time, it's those special moments that you just like hit something, that I say something that brings back a personal memory of your own, and then you say, oh my God, I remember my granny saying that to me. Or
it's basically that inside of all of us, there's a kernel of something, and it's trying to reproduce that and hold on to that, because we're all getting older, we're all deteriorating, we're all evolving, we're all changing. But at the core of who we all are is something inside us, and it's trying to hold something good, and it's trying to hold on to something like that. And she's a part of me holding on to something that I remember that she told me I was going to be great or whatever at this particular thing, which was putting on little plays, being funny, doing skits, entertaining people. She used to put me up on the kitchen counter, and she'd go, "Do Caroline." Caroline's my auntie, and she'd go, "Do Caroline out of the cows," and I'd do Caroline out of the cows, and then the people come into the room. There'd be 3 or 4 people there just looking at it. So you're like the TV. And eventually then, when they'd be watching TV, I'd start moving in front of the TV.
Watch me.
He'd say, "Get out of the way, boy."
Yeah.
"Shut up. He's doing Caroline."
Oh, yeah.
And so I would try and be in front of the TV. So they're not watching TV, you're watching me. So it was that, you know. So I knew. So then, so she was a very special person. And that was from the farm in Waterford, you know.
What did you call her? Did you call her? You didn't.
Gamma.
Did you?
Yeah, Gamma. So I still call her Gamma she's dead obviously, but I still call her Gamma to everybody in the family. So she's known by me as Gamma.
And so are you a foodie as such?
Nope.
No?
Not at all. So I don't want to disappoint you, but...
No, you're not as disappointing us. You like food though, you eat it.
Of course I like food. And I'm omnivorous. I'll eat nearly anything. So I eat fish and meat, and I'm not a vegan or anything. So I love steak, and I love beef, and I love chicken. And I like I even like pork. And And I like most things that are put in front of me. I love prawns. Tony Fenton introduced me to love of prawns. He used to call them the Goldies. Goldie Hawn's.
Go.
He'd say, we'd be in a restaurant, and this is Tony in the restaurant, right?
Just prawns or crabs?
Huh?
Prawns or crabs?
Prawns or crabs?
Prawns or crabs? Prawns.
Prawns.
Goldie Hawn's, prawns.
The Goldies, he'd call them, right? So we go to this town bar and grill, right? And,
I know it.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
Opposite by the shelter.
Yeah, and they come down, and the girl or the guy would come down, and Tony would go, I'll just have my usual. And she'd go, the Goldies? And the Goldies, yeah, and a little bit of rouge. And then he'd somehow bring out the duck. And the duck was the duck horn wine from South Africa. It was about 90 quid a bottle.
Is it Must Lust or something like that? Or
And
the wine?
was what?
What was the name of the wine?
Duck horn.
Or duck horn. No, it's actually
Yeah, it was South African wine, and it was a really good one. But anyway, Tony would call them the Goldies because he used to use rhyming slang. So he used to go, have you seen my battle? And you go, battle? The Battle of Clontarf. My scarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'd have to be on the ball.
You'd have to be well aware.
Triple spacing, you know. So he was hilarious. So prawns, great. And I love a little simple bit of white fish like plaice.
Yeah. Lemon sole.
Lemon sole. That kind of thin, slim white fish. Enjoy that.
Just pan-seared. Pan-seared.
Yeah.
Like, on the pan.
Or a little bit of baked sea bass, baked in the oven.
Yeah.
That kind of thing in tin foil.
So you'd be very mixed diet.
Oh yeah, like very mixed diet, but unfancy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really even. I mean, I love gravy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be into sauces now.
Yeah.
And
Would you eat out much?
no. So I mean,
Would you, like in restaurants?
you know,
Would you go to restaurants?
not really. As a family, we would go to sort of family restaurants. So you'd go to sort of family restaurants where the kids can eat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Pizza and whatever, yeah.
Did you ever work in the hospitality industry?
No, never.
Never, no.
I did one day as a lounge boy in a bar, and I just thought it was completely alien to my
But you learn every type of person.
Personality.
to my view of life. I don't know though. I just couldn't handle being told go down there and serve him.
Yeah.
I just could not serve it. Because in another way, service comes very natural to me,
Yeah.
but not that kind of service. I like to perform for people and give people something.
Yeah.
But I don't like just to serve people.
Barely look at
there was
you.
something
They
about it
barely
that
look
didn't.
at you,
Yeah,
true.
but there's in that sort of service, the journeyman hospitality, there's a lot of pleasure involved in that too, because if you see, you're actually putting joy into people's lives.
No, yeah, you are, but see, not my level. You see, I was just basically a toe rag who was on £2 an hour, right?
Getting tips.
Serving, topping up alcoholic drinks. So, like, really, well, I remember one guy the only one night I came in. I was like, when am I out of here? So I'm never coming back. And your man went, you have to serve him. Who's he? He comes in every night. So he came in at 11 o'clock, 25 minutes before closing time.
No, it is.
And he goes up to the bar and he goes, 5 pints. So your man, they knew him, so he just lines up the 5 pints, brings them down to his table, and every 5 minutes he just picked them off. And by 30 minutes past 11, he was walking out the door. 5 pints.
5
What's the
pints for
enjoyment of
what?
that, though?
I don't know. That was his way of doing it.
And was he on his own?
He was on his own.
What were the pints of? Were they not
Pints of
flat?
Guinness.
Guinness. All right.
5 pints of Guinness.
You just see, drink them so quick.
Like
That's
skittles.
still nice.
Skittles lined up in front of him.
God help him. His wife was like, you've got 50 minutes down there in the pub.
I can't really do chef's table or 8 or 9 courses, or I can't do Gilbo. I could do Gilbo out of a sense of theatre.
Yeah.
I'd go in there and I'd love to look at it.
Yeah.
And I'd go,
But
man, the 7 waiters around your table would be funny.
Yes, yeah, you need to be in a humour for
Yeah,
it.
but I wouldn't be into the food.
It
I
is
just
theatre.
I just don't
Just
have
not
the palate.
into it.
I think
Yeah,
you need an
yeah.
educated palate.
But his food is very tasty. Like, as in, of that style of food.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He's still very much grounded on the ground in terms of his style of food.
Yeah, there's also something, I don't know. I have a healthy relationship with money in the sense that I don't mind spending it on good things.
Yeah.
and I'm generous. I believe I'm generous, but I still feel there's something in me that is balks at walking out paying 500 quid for food in chapter 1 or somewhere like that.
No,
I don't understand it.
well,
And all credit to Ross and everything, you know, and they're great.
Yeah, no, but like it's like everything. So it's if you look at the amount of work that's gone into that dish and the amount of staff and the people that have affected from the farmer to producer to manufacturers to the kitchen to the people that are washing dishes, cleaning the thing, like they're just like those Michelin star restaurants. They're just at a different level. And they've so many staff doing a dish that the costs behind it are so prohibitive that they have to charge that sort of money. Yeah. And there's lots of people out there that are quite happy to spend that sort of money and see great value in that.
Yeah.
And see that
I see it as
a great conversational piece. Because a lot of people, like you've got a great ability to talk, as you know, but a lot of people will go to a restaurant like a couple and they have nothing to talk about. So if the food is so interesting, that's the conversation. So you're actually giving them a conversational piece.
You are.
Well, every country have those restaurants.
But also, Kevin, it's a hobby. So you could be a foodie, and foodie is like, I'm into kite surfing in Brazil.
Yeah.
What are you into? I like food.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mean I'm fat or I'm a glutton. I just have an interest in food. Yeah. I have an interest in seeing different types of cuisine. I have an interest in trying stuff out. So it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's just not my particular hobby. But you're right about I remember you obviously I had you on my podcast, but also the Lecrivain.
Yeah, Derry Clark.
Derry, you know, and
it's a great crack.
Getting stories out of him of people who came into his restaurant.
Did you get stories out of him?
Oh yeah,
you
know, and he's there, and so he came in.
He loved it, by the way. He loved being on your.
Oh, great! He's lovely, and he came in with her. Anyway, he came in with somebody else towards the end of the week, but she came back and found him there in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, Jesus, what happened? She trashed the place. She totaled the whole fucking bar.
Oh, Jesus.
She literally tore the place asunder.
Oh, yeah. And did they charge her? Says the Sunday World journalist.
Yeah, but like this was it, yeah. So, you see these stories or sales of the Anglo-Irish Bank and the lads coming in and I go, Anglo-Irish Bank, yeah. And he went, they had 3 tables, Mario. 3 tables every Friday for lunch.
Sean and Co.
3 tables.
Yeah.
And obviously no expense spared, blah, blah, blah.
But they, like Anglo-Irish, they were making a lot of money when I was working for them, so they could afford to do that. Oh, yeah. And we love people like that because they paid our wages.
I'm all in favour.
The corporate money is, but not Anglo-Irish maybe, but...
No, but I'm all in favour of, if you have to be Flahuluk and everything, well, pour it into the local economy.
Yes.
Pour it into your local restaurants and all. Yeah. But then Bertie and everything, and he was one, and Bertie had to pay the bill. And I think Bertie was trying to pay by cheque or something. And this was the whole sort of who's signing the checks in Fianna Fáil. And all this sort of stuff. It was mad.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And what about, do people in a restaurant like that, a really posh restaurant, do they feel like they own you a little bit? Can they be a bit rude? And
the vibe I was getting off Derry was, they
come in and they're...
Yeah, but like... That's why I think every single person should work in the hospitality industry, because you see the good, the bad and the ugly. And you decide what you want to be. Like I can never understand why couples will come away or go to a restaurant and complain from the minute they open the door of the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Like, where's the enjoyment in that for them? No. Like, there's no enjoyment. There's no enjoyment for us. There's no enjoyment for them. There's no enjoyment for people that are around them.
Has anyone approached you about the Roy Keane movie? Have you been asked to...
No, I actively campaigned to be in it. And,
yes.
and nobody listened.
No.
And the funny thing about it was, I'm not usually delusional, but I was delusional, right? Because actually, when it first was announced, I was going, I'm going to play Roy Keane. I forgot that I'm 25 years older than when I was supposed to be playing Roy Keane.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter.
I played Roy Keane on stage when I was 33.
Yeah.
Which was approximately the right age, because I was 32.
Yeah.
And then I'm there, the movie's coming out. Oh, I'll do that as well. I'm 54. And then there, that's going to be a slight problem with paying 28-year-old Roy Keane.
I might have to go to Turkey first.
My turkey teeth. How are you, buddies? But so nobody got in touch with me about that. But But no, that particular character, has stayed with me all throughout the years, because I was presumably the first one that sort of did Roy Keane on the radio and TV and stuff like that. So people sort of associate me with doing that. What's hilarious is I never thought it would stick, because the only reason it stuck is because he stuck. You know, he was the most famous Irish footballer, who then became triply famous for being the Roy from Saipan. And I remember the day it changed, because Roy Keane was like a woman, for example. Let me be slightly sexist for a minute, but a woman would go, your man, Manchester United fella, Roy Keane. After Saipan, everybody knew Roy Keane. But more than that, when he did that interview with Tommy Gorman in his Diodora top, all the women are going, Jesus, he's hot. So they didn't see the kind of the shaven-headed butcher on the field who was a thug.
Yeah.
They saw this little man who just wanted to play for his country. Of course.
Well, he didn't, though, did he?
Of course. No, he didn't.
Well, we all had different opinions.
No, but that thing of
this time we all.
I could imagine all the women tuning into that, and his little eyelashes batting, and he's going, "Of course, I want to play for my country."
We could have won the World Cup that year.
Maybe we could have, but all of that sort of stuff. So Roy Keane became Roy Keane famous, and then, believe it or not, he went into another chapter, which is Roy Keane, the most famous TV pundit of all time.
He's unbelievable.
And that's what he's in the middle of now.
Fantastic,
So, I mean, people text in. I'm sure you get abuse on the line as well, but I get abuse online. Is that Mario Rosenstock? Is he still doing fucking Bertie Ahern and Roy Keane? I'm going, well, of course I'm doing Roy Keane. Roy Keane is still doing Roy Keane.
Yeah.
And as long as Roy Keane is still doing Roy Keane, I'll be doing Roy Keane doing Roy Keane.
Yeah. Simple as.
Exactly. So if Roy Keane fades off I'm not doing Pope John Paul II anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you're fond of Roy Keane.
I thought you were going to say, were you fond of Pope John Paul II? Only when I sat in his knee.
You know.
Was I fond of him?
Are you fond of him? I
think
he's great.
He's very difficult not to be fond of. I mean, he
quite
clearly has a really good sense of humour. And that's eminently likeable in anyone. He has that look in his eye. He's sharp as a tack. Yeah, you can see that when he's on television. Yeah. He has them. He has them running. Yeah, I mean, and they're all when anybody says something, they all look to him. What's he going to say? Yeah. And sometimes he'll hold back, and sometimes he'll wait. He's great comic timing. You know,
that pause.
Yeah,
the pause.
And plus, he has this charisma born of. He has a natural personal charisma born of as well. Power and fear. So everybody knows that behind this nice character is quite a fearsome person, which lends you charisma as well. It's the same thing as lending men with power or women with power charisma. The idea that I remember Bill Clinton when he came to Ireland.
There's a classic example.
A friend of mine, Mairead Ronan, used to love Bill. She's always had a crush on Bill Clinton. And I'd go, what is it about Bill? And she'd go, it's just his charisma. He's got something. And I'd go, but like, he isn't good looking. And he went, he is so attractive. And I went, what is it though? It's the charisma. And what it is it's the charisma of power.
All right.
It's the charisma of power. Because if you look back...
what do you think, people?
Well, I think that when you're talking about Bill Clinton, people said he'd make you feel really special. So he'd talk to you and everything else which especially with people who are of power or looking to see who else is coming in, he could focus. But do I think he's good looking? Not really.
No,
but attractive, charismatic. Would have been attractive.
But see,
a little bit.
But what it used to. But what it reminded me of him as well. But this is the reason I'm getting to something is because of this. Because then they would go and they go, it's a bit like Charles Haughey. And I go, what do you mean? Charles Haughey had enormous charisma. Oh, he did. He was very.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, Charles Haughey. I think he had a tiny charisma. But anyway,
he had nice suits.
Suits. Sure. Yeah, but no, but they'd go, he had enormous charisma. And I went, he didn't have fucking enormous charisma. You were scared shitless of him because he's Charles Haughey. Yeah. The man was 5'6", had a handshake like a slippery fish or something, and had a nose out there like this, and was riddled in corruption. I mean, there was no voice like that. He was like a cartoon character. But power gives you charisma. Yeah. Power. When a powerful person enters the room, you're all looking at them. When Bertie was Taoiseach, he'd be going, there's Bertie, there's Bertie.
But Bertie had a presence about him.
He did, bitch.
When he walked into a space.
But not so much now, Kevin.
No, but actually, that's a very valid point.
Not so much Bill Clinton now. Bill Clinton now. God, get him into it now. You know, because it's power. If you look back, George Bush Jr. George Bush Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
George Bush Jr. But you look at him at times and you go, wow, he's the president of the United States. He does swing it well on the golf club.
He does, yeah.
Or does he?
No, does
it's because he's the president.
He walks up those stairs in Air Force One pretty well.
But you see it through rose-tinted glasses because it's the presidency.
Yeah.
So Dorothy, she gave you this confidence. And did you ever, I know you like performing when you were small, but did you ever like doing anything else? Was there anything else? Tennis.
Yes,
yes.
I play tennis. I play tennis. I wanted to be Bjorn Borg. I play tennis to this day. I play it a lot.
Yes.
And actually, again, remember I said you get more reflective as you get older. I now realise why I was playing tennis. I was playing tennis is because it was a theatre.
Oh,
it's a theatre. It's a theatre in which there's an audience, an auditorium. You're on the stage. You hit the ball. My line. He hits the ball. His line. My line. His line. And then the end. Punchline. End. Clap. I didn't realise. It's a theatre. I was in the theatre. I wanted to be in the theatre all the time, but I was expressing that emotion through being on a tennis court because I didn't want to be on a rugby pitch necessarily or a horseback. Yeah. I wanted to be in somewhere where people were looking at you to see your reaction and your action. Yeah. So it was a theatre.
You sent through a recipe for a lovely chocolate.
I did. I sent you a recipe.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but you sent me a recipe for the butter icing, like a chocolate butter icing.
Yeah.
Which is delicious, but there was no cake. So did you get cake with it?
Yes.
Because we made you a cake.
Yes.
With the cake, with your icing.
And the cake, remember I said earlier on, my grandmother would say, do Caroline. Caroline was my auntie. Caroline used to make the cake.
Did she?
And she made an unbelievable cake. So she would make the sponge, first of all, or the what do you call it? The cake?
Sponge, yeah.
Sponge. And 2 pieces of sponge, they up at the top and the bottom, and she put it out in the hall to cool.
Oh, yeah, the smell.
Yeah. So she put it out in the hall, and that was the first inkling that it was coming. A chocolate sponge cooling in the hall is fairly up there on smells that you will remember for the rest of your life. Yeah. It's just stunning. Stunning smell. Mm-hmm. Because it's not only just a smell of something good, it's a smell of anticipation. It's a smell about something you're going to have that's coming up in your future. And it smells like hope.
Yeah, nothing's good. Yeah, anticipation is half of the taste, isn't it?
Is it good? You love it.
It's amazing.
Is it?
Love it, yeah.
So is the butter icing there?
Yeah. So it's like,
So tell us a little bit about it. What is it?
It's a chocolate fudge cake.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, with a fudge icing. But isn't it great that even 40 years on or whatever, that it brings you back to that time and place?
Yeah, it's identical, yeah.
Isn't that great?
They used to do, is it possible she used to do sometimes a darker chocolate over the icing as well? The dark?
Chocolate ganache on the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. But anyway, look, chocolate cake is one of life's,
great comfort.
It's just one of life's great inventions.
Mario, do you like Tato or King?
Tato.
Tato, definitely. Why?
I think King tries too hard to be Tato.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
I think it should be itself. I think it's basically going, let's try and add Tato.
Do you think King is a slightly thicker?
I do, and I think it's slightly more buttery.
Yeah.
I think Tato is slightly different. I think Tato's slightly lighter.
Yeah. And if you get a really good packet of Tato.
Yeah, and Tato's are good. Yeah. I mean, my son is 17 and he works in a spa. And it's great because he has a job. Little job. Get some money for the summer. And the Americans come in and the Americans are there. Oh my God, your chips are so good. Your chips are so good.
Yeah.
And they call them chips, but they love the chips. And they were the other day, they went, do you have, sorry, sir, had a great day. Do you have cigarettes? Yeah, we do have cigarettes. Are they Irish cigarettes? That's such a funny question. Yeah. Are they Irish cigarettes? And the guy who runs the bar went, well, you're going to know what they're talking about. If you throw John Player Blue. And they looked at it, right? They looked at it and they went, oh my God! But they didn't say, oh my God, because of the John Player Blue.
That was the picture.
Huh?
It was the picture.
Well done, Kevin.
Yeah.
They saw the picture. Martha, there's a picture of a lawn. Anyway, what's wrong with you? there's a picture on a lung on everyone. And I went, no, there's a picture of a dead lung. and they don't do this in America.
No.
Which would you prefer if you're having a sausage or a rasher sambo?
Go on.
Ballymaloe or tomato ketchup?
I'd have it with Tato.
With Tato?
Tato, when you said sandwich, Tato sandwich is,
Well, a bit of Ballymaloe.
I mean, I remember Tuesday night cocktail nights.
That'd be nice, yeah.
And in my youth. And on Wednesday, like, you'd be looking for a Tato sandwich.
You will be. Sure.
Because it's the best hangover food.
Yeah.
Because it's something like every single aspect of that sandwich eats up the dying alcohol in the system.
Yeah.
It's just raw.
The butter.
The alcohol is going, we're under attack. He's eating a Tato sandwich. He's taking us away. He's absorbing us. I'm being absorbed. No.
And so you have
oh no, not the Tato sandwich.
And you have Ballymaloe in there, in that Tato sandwich.
No, you're sponsored by Ballymaloe, so I bought. Is that like, all credit to Ballymaloe and Darina Allen at the end of the day.
What's your favourite pub?
Pub now or before?
Now.
I'm going to say O'Donoghue's because we had a do there recently for a kind of a thing I was doing, and we were upstairs in this room.
Yes.
And Shauna, who works with us on the breakfast show, rang up and she said, I'd just love to have a little party here. And they quoted her like a load of money. And then she used kind of a few names, and she went, not trying to use names, but privacy would be important. It's a special night, and like you just want a little bit of privacy. And they went, well, yeah, it's grand. And they actually had the room, and it wasn't, I don't think they were being inundated. It was a bit free for the night. They gave it to us like for free. Wow. And they were really nice. And they gave us a barman. We had about 60 people, and we had a fucking ball there. Like, because it's such a great venue in town.
Yeah.
You kind of just fall out the door and you can kind of go anywhere you want. But we had a lovely night there, and
great pint of Guinness.
Great pint of Guinness, and Donoghue's is a great bar, and it's been over. Sometimes you forget that it's a great bar. Yeah. You know, it's a cliche. Yeah. Donoghue's, it's almost a touristy thing, but it's a bloody great venue.
It's a great bar.
Great venue as well. It's huge. Loads of nooks and crannies and snugs and all that sort of stuff. So I would have a soft spot as well for maybe somewhere like the Long Hall.
Another great pub.
Again, the older the better. Real pub. Yeah. Long room, it's a bit of sense of history, and all that. You know, I made a decision years ago. I mean, or not made a decision. I'm constantly trying to make this decision. I don't know if you are as well, or you, about drinking. Yeah, and drinking is a very big decision in your life of whether you continue drinking or not, and how you continue drinking.
Yes.
And so, for the moment, I mean, I'm 54 now. I've made a decision to keep alcohol in my life for the moment because the benefits outweigh the negatives. Mm-hmm. I'm able to pick and choose my moments. Mm-hmm. I adore red wine, and I like a couple of beers after tennis, and I like a couple of beers in the evening on a Friday, whatever, you know, and then a bit of red wine. But you've got to make that decision yourself, and everybody's decision is individual, you know, because
it's like smoking. Yeah, it's like you can't tell someone to give up smoking.
No.
It's really when you're ready, you'll give it up.
Yeah, exactly. Or not. And I think, I mean, there are people out there who can drink all their lives and drink sensibly.
Yes.
You know, I used to be a very unsensible binge drinker. Now I'm a much more sensible drinker who probably drinks slightly too much once every 2 weeks. I mean, you're talking about margins here. You know, like a bottle of wine now is a lot for somebody who's getting a little older because one full bottle.
So wrecked,
yeah, you're a bit wrecked the next day, especially because you haven't had a drink in 6 or 7 days.
But I'm all for a blowout too. I think you need a blowout every now and again. It's really good for you.
I agree.
It's really good for you.
Totally agree.
I have twins and they're both 6, so I can't go crazy. But that's actually good for me too because it keeps me...
Correct. But Vincent Brown, I remember Vincent Brown, who I used to do loads of sketches for on TV3, and I used to do sketches about him and everything. I met him and I formed a little small relationship with him. And he went, I would love to interview you on my show yourself. Me interview you. And I went, you want to interview me? Okay. Yeah, can this be done? And I went, yeah, well, all we need to do is find a day. And I went, what about Friday, for example? I could come in. No, not Friday. Not Friday. I can't do Friday. I went, why not? On Friday, I drink. Yeah. What do you mean you drink? You have a drink? No, I drink on Friday. In Dalkey. When you say you drink, I drink. And I went, why do you drink? And he kind of said, nobody's ever asked me that question before. It's an extraordinary question. I drink to delete the files. For
the week.
To delete the files. Yeah, and I understand exactly what that is.
Yeah.
It's deletion.
Yeah.
Some people drink when they have problem drinking. People drink to delete. delete everything. Delete their memories, delete their pain, delete their confusion, delete their regrets. But other people just want to delete the files for the week. Their old brain is overcrowded. Your computer needs a clean out. So Vincent deletes the files. That's the only way he could put it.
Oh, I love that.
That is
that
cool.
class.
And the hard drive is set for next week.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Fantastic.
I love that. It's a really good story.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Really good
Just
story.
delete the files, have a little bit of a blowout, start again.